This year's coverage of Samsung's Unpacked event is brought to you by Plex. Now lately I've been using something called Plex Pass, which is their premium subscription service, and it has a lot of awesome features over the free version, which already was a very capable platform. With Plex Pass, you can stream live TV, and if you think you're going to miss a program, you can use the built-in DVR feature, record it, and watch it later. So I've teamed up with Plex, and not only did they sponsor this coverage, they're gonna give you guys 3 months free of Plex Pass. All you gotta do is head over to plex.tv/redeem and enter code OT for tech and enjoy the major benefits of having Plex Pass over the free option. Hey, what's up guys? It's Jonathan and I'm here in New York at the Galaxy Note 8 launch event, and I'm gonna bring you some coverage. The Galaxy Note 8 is Samsung's attempt at a comeback from last year's little bump in the road that actually was more like a sinkhole that just kept getting bigger and bigger. Despite the shortcomings of last year, I think they did a good job at turning themselves around with the S8 and the S8 Plus. The S8 Plus was my favorite Android phone of the year, and it almost steered me away from my daily driver. On paper and even in person, there's no denying the Note 8 is a slightly taller and wider Galaxy S8 Plus with an S Pen. The extra width and thickness is to house that S Pen, while the extra length is due to the 18.5:9 aspect ratio found on the S8 and the S8 Plus. Taking the smaller family members out of the equation and comparing the Note 8 to what I still feel is the best Android device I have ever used, the Note 7, there are several differences. The first difference is the overall design. While the build of the phone remains much unchanged, the Note 8 now sports a better screen-to-body ratio by really shrinking those bezels on the front. This results in that funky aspect ratio I mentioned just a minute ago, and a slight bump in the resolution from Quad HD to Quad HD Plus. Also, like the S8 twins, the home button is now gone and replaced with on-screen buttons. A haptic vibration engine just below the bottom of the screen gives off a vibration whenever you deep press this portion of the display. Again, this is just like the S8 and the S8 Plus, so nothing truly new here we haven't seen. However, it is new to the Note lineup. Bouncing to the top, we have an array of sensors, and just like the Note 7, it features an iris scanner. You also get an improved 8 megapixel camera with facial recognition, so you can unlock your phone in a different way. The back of the Note 8 has also slightly changed. The first thing you're going to notice is the dual camera setup. The Note has always been Samsung's benchmark device, especially in the camera department. Both cameras are 12 megapixel, while one is a wide angle with an aperture of f1.7, while the other is a telephoto lens with an aperture of f2.4. The biggest difference here between these cameras and others on the market is the fact that both of these cameras have OIS, which is a first on a mobile device. We'll come back to these cameras in a separate video, no worries, I just don't want to get too much into this portion of the phone. Another notable change on the back is the fingerprint scanner. Compared to the Note 7, the change is drastic, but when you look at it compared to the S8 and the S8 Plus, it's very minimal, yet a necessary change. Many people, including myself, complained about the smudging up of the camera on the S8 and the S8 Plus due to the fingerprint sensor location. Samsung moved the flash in between the camera lenses and the fingerprint sensor to add some separation. It's hard to say just how much this will work, but off first impressions, I can see it being helpful. Looking at the Note 8 from the side, there's not a significant difference over the Note 7 outside of the addition of a new button. On the left-hand side, there's now a Bixby button that has the same capabilities as the Bixby found on the S8 and the S8 Plus. The only true difference is the Note 8 will come straight out of the box with a fully working version of Bixby Voice. Finally, let's discuss what's different in terms of specs. Inside the Note 8, we have the Snapdragon 835, 6 gigs of RAM, a 3300 mAh battery, and 64 gigs of internal storage. Of course, you can expand that storage with micro SD card support if you choose to do so. It's also going to come with the professionally tuned AKG earbuds we saw in the S8 and the S8 Plus box. Oh yeah, and the Note 8 will feature the same IP68 rating that we've seen on their other flagships. Plus, it should retain the ability from the Note 7 to be used even with water on the display with the S Pen. Lastly, we have the S Pen, which is by far the standalone feature that separates the Note from other Galaxy devices. Samsung talked a while about pinup and how many drawings have been shared using the S Pen since the launch of that app. The new S Pen will feature improved pressure sensitivity at 4,096 levels of pressure. A very small design change to where the button placement is slightly different and the tip being 0.7 millimeters. The added software features behind the S Pen are pretty nice, like increasing the amount of pages you can write on the lock screen to 100 pages, which is pretty awesome. Also, you can send animated text messages to anyone using the S Pen, which Samsung is calling Live Message. I'm a big fan of the Note series, don't get me wrong, but I'm still on the fence on the Note 8. I just don't think it packs enough features in order to steer a lot of people away from the S8 Plus or even the Note 5. But with that being said, it's still a great phone, and I can't wait to get one in-house. If you guys want to see something in specific for the future reviews or future content, let me know in the description and I will be sure to get to it as soon as I get my hands on a Note 8. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content and for future Note 8 coverage. If there's anything in specific you want to see, like I said, leave a comment down below. Hit me up on social for a more direct line of communication, and of course, I'll talk to you in the next one.